Look at all the pretty books. Hey everyone, welcome to Princess Lessons. I'm so excited to make this video. I've been wanting to make a book related video for a really long time, and this one is perfect for if you have a lot of bookworms in your life and you're looking for that perfect gift, or if you are the bookworm, because there's nothing wrong with getting yourself a gift every once in a while, right? And if you love books, be sure to comment below and let me know some of your favorite Disney books. And in case you guys were wondering, yes, I am definitely Disney bounding Belle today. I wore this blue on purpose. What's a bookish vlog without a Belle Disney bound, right? Be sure to subscribe down below and join the royal family. And without further ado, I am going to get into the video and show you some awesome books. So the first book on my list is one that you've maybe seen if you follow me on Instagram. I love this book so much. It is Walt Disney, an American Original. I got this book at Disney World, but you can get it at Amazon. I will link everything below, all the books. I had no idea that he went through so many struggles in his life. He had bankruptcy. Life was not an easy path for him. So I guess it's kind of a nice reminder to just know that if you want to do something in life, you can do it. You just have to keep trying. You have to not be afraid of failure, because that's my favorite thing. Walt was not afraid of failure. Even when his brother Roy would be like, we're spending way too much money here, we should pull back, you shouldn't mortgage your house to do a feature-length animated film, Walt thought that was insane. He believed in himself. And it's just awesome reading about what an original he was, because he truly was an amazing person, an amazing innovative creator. So this is for everybody. You will love this. My next category is for those who love young adult novels and Cinderella. Oh, this book. I love this book too. I just finished reading this book, so I still have a lot of feelings about it. I love the fact that it is based on Cinderella, but it's not predictable at all. I feel like there's so many versions of the Cinderella story, and you're just kind of like, ugh, not another one. But I think there actually is a Disney Channel movie or some movie that's like not another Cinderella story. Am I right? If I am, leave a comment down below if you guys know what one it is. I feel like maybe it's the one with Selena Gomez. And they're not bad. They're really cute, but they're predictable. This was not predictable. This book kept me guessing the entire time. I could not stop reading it. I couldn't put it down because I just love all the little twists and the little surprises, and I love the characters, and it's told from Elle's perspective and the prince's perspective. His name is Darian. He's an actor in a TV show, which is a reboot of kind of like a sci-fi Star Trek, Star Wars thing. It's a fictional TV show that the main character, Elle, absolutely loves. And the back of the book says, part romance, part love letter to nerd culture, and all totally adorbs. Geekerella is a fairy tale for anyone who believes in the magic of fandom. That sums it up perfectly. Some of this even takes place at a fan convention. So if you love anything, if you're a fan of anything, if you like cosplay, there's a lot of cosplay in this, you're gonna love this book. And if you like YA, because it's got a cute teen romance. So the next category is for anyone who loves Disney fairy tales, classic literature. This is a beautiful book. It's called English Fairy Tales by F.A. Steele. It's really tiny, it's cute, it has gold pages, it has a little bookmark, a little ribbon bookmark. It's got adorable English fairy tales. None of them are really Disney related, although it does have the Three Little Pigs and I want to say Jack and the Beanstalk, and so there have been like short Disney versions. And also, I just have to read the name of the story. It's called Molly Whuppie and the Double-Faced Giant. Isn't that a hilarious name? I really love that. So this is a really cute, beautiful book. Another option is an Oxford edition of a classic that might have inspired something Disney, like Peter Pan. I really like the Oxford edition of novels because they have great indexes that explain everything and appendices, and they're great at sort of telling you a little bit about the history or the culture of the time that the classic book was written. So I recommend that for people who just really want to know more about the classics. This is the Peter Pan play. And another fun idea for classic literature lovers is to get an actual antique book. This is Alice in Wonderland, and you might be thinking that antique books are pricey, and that's true for first editions and certain rare editions of books, but this one wasn't at all. I am Pretty much everything that I have that's an antique book is under $25, and that's even at the priciest. So my mom got this for me for my birthday when I was maybe 12 or 13, and it's a Victorian edition, and it wasn't that expensive, and I just think it's beautiful. It's just a little bit worn, but how cool is it? And then I got Alice Through the Looking Glass from Half Price Books. So if you go to a used bookstore, Half Price Books is a national chain. They have an antique book section, or a lot of other used bookstores have antique book sections, or you might find something at a flea market or a sale, but this one was like $5. I have Grimm's Fairy Tales, Snow White. My mom picked this up for me at a sale. This was published the year that Snow White came out as a movie. And I also picked this up at Half Price Books. It is an edition of Swiss Family Robinson. And I love, the thing I love about antique books is sometimes you can find inscriptions. So this one has an inscription in it where someone had given it to someone, and this was again like $4. So this is from someone named Grandma J. And I think it's so cute because it's to someone named John, who must be her grandson. And it says, "My brothers, your uncles, Charlie, Tom, and Rudolph," which is a great name, used to read this book, another copy, over and over again. When I found a copy of it at a sale, I got it for you. Love, Grandma J. So that's really cute. And sometimes you can just find little notes, and I don't know, I think it gives antique books character, and it makes it so much more fun. Of course, you guys know, if you've been around this channel at all, or maybe you might have guessed just from the name Princess Lessons, that I like all things princess related, mostly because I wish someone would tell me that I was a princess, which is why I have a category for anyone who loves anything princess related, or for that princess in your life. First of all, The Princess Diaries, amazing. This is the first book in the series. It's such a cute book. If someone loves the movies, or if you love the movies, I definitely recommend reading the books. They are a little bit different, but if you're a Michael Moskowitz fan, you'll be really happy because Michael Moskowitz is in all of the books. Which leads me to tell you about this book, just in case you're a Princess Diaries fan who's maybe read the books when you were younger, but you didn't know this came out a few years ago, and it's called Royal Wedding, and it's the latest Princess Diaries book. I think there are maybe like 15 books in the series. There's a lot of books in the original series. It's all about Princess Mia's wedding, and spoiler alert, Michael Moskowitz is in here. I love Michael Moskowitz. He's amazing. So another fun thing that I just have to show you guys really quick. This is a great tip. This book is signed by Meg Cabot. And my first book says, "You Rule, Meg Cabot." And you might be wondering, how did I get this? So this is kind of a long shot thing, but here's my tip. If you know someone who really loves an author, or who really loves a book, and you can look on their website and see if they have a tour, they might have a signing near you, and you might be able to go to that signing and take the book or buy a book and have it signed. And that just makes it so special. I've collected several signed books over the years. I've given them as gifts. I'll follow like lists where you can get emails from different bookstores on the signings that they have, or different literary societies. A lot of times you can just get emailed when they're gonna have an author show up. And so that's a great way. Oh, I have this book upside down. That's a great way to find out about book signings, and just, you know, you might get lucky. You might see a book that one of your friends or loved ones loves, and you can just take it and get it signed by the author. You can also check on the author website, because sometimes authors will sign books at local bookstores, and you can order their books from a local bookstore, like local to their town. For instance, Stephanie Perkins, she wrote Anna and the French Kiss, which is one of my favorite YA books. It's super cute. She definitely signs books at Malaprops in Asheville. I saw that on her website. So you can order signed books from Malaprops. So you might look around, you never know. But again, that's just like a little extra thing that you could do for somebody. This is a book called Royals, and it is by Rachel Hawkins, and it's absolutely hilarious. Imagine if Meghan Markle or Kate Middleton had a little sister who wanted nothing to do with anything royal, but she had to go over to the UK for the wedding, and hilarity ensued, and lots of adventures and fun and craziness. And this book made me laugh out loud. I just loved it. It takes place in Scotland with a fictional royal monarchy, and I feel like it had like a twist on some of the traditional princessy or royal stories, so you'll love this if you like young adult books or if you know someone who likes young adult books. I keep saying you because we all know if you're watching this, you probably love books too, and you're probably gonna buy some of these too, because that's what I would do. One other book I just wanted to show you guys that's royal related, princess related, is this Kate Middleton style book, How to Dress Like a Style Icon. It has some really gorgeous photos of Kate and her style. I haven't gotten all the way through it yet, but it has amazing tips on just style in general. Even though I wouldn't wear exactly her style, it's kind of fun to see how she put things together, and she's just so flawless and amazing, and it has amazing photos of her, so she's an inspiration. It's a fun coffee table book too, because it's really pretty. I have a category that's perfect for people who love adventure books or middle grade books like Harry Potter, or if you've ever dreamed of what it would be like to be in the parks after they close, these books are for you. They're the Kingdom Keeper series. I've only read 2, but they're super fun and cute. They're great for younger readers, but they're also great for adults because they're a quick read, and they're just really fun. This is the first one. It takes place in Magic Kingdom. This one's in Animal Kingdom, so they have different ones for different parks, and I do want to read the rest of them sometime, but I really liked this one because they had a camp out in Frontierland, and they stayed the night in the parks, and all kinds of crazy stuff happened. Like pirates from the Pirates of the Caribbean were walking around, and some really creepy stuff happened on It's a Small World. So these are just so much fun. I recommend these for all ages if you just really like magic and adventure. And of course, I could not forget my Star Wars fans. I love Star Wars, as you guys might know if you've seen some of my Star Wars vlogs. Princess Leia and Luke are my favorite characters, and so while Luke isn't in here, it's really cool to see Princess Leia before she joined the rebellion, see what her life was like on Alderaan, what her relationship was with her parents, how she joined the rebellion. It's really cool, and Claudia Gray wrote this book. She's written several Star Wars books that are on my to-read list. Lost Stars is one of them. I've heard that one's amazing. If you're looking for a gift, you might check into all of them, but I can definitely guarantee you that she is an amazing writer. She captured Leia's voice so well. Like, it really feels like Leia, and it's a pretty thick book too, so it's nice. It's a nice long read, but not boring. There's a lot of Easter eggs that tie into the movies. It's fun. You'll really like it if you like Star Wars. So I couldn't do a Disney book vlog without having a category for all my fellow Belle fans and those of you who relate to Belle as much as I do, because she's amazing, and who doesn't want her library that Beast gave her? Because that is my dream house someday, just the library. I'll just live in the library. You can put my bedroom in there. This book is called Lost in a Book, and you may have heard of it. It came out with Beauty and the Beast 2017, the one with Emma Watson. So all the characters in here are from that version of the story world. Mrs. Potts and Plumette and Lumiere and all those characters, and it takes place kind of somewhere in the middle of their story, and it's kind of a side adventure, but it's a really fun book, and it's got lots of twists and turns, and it's also a young adult book. You might notice a theme. I love young adult books, and I love classic books, so I read a lot of those. But I think any Beauty and the Beast fan would enjoy this. And you might have seen this book in my Beauty and the Beast movie review, so I won't talk too much about it, but it's beautiful. It's called Belle's Library. It has one of those little ribbon bookmarks, which I think are so cute. So this is perfect to set out, but it's also fun to read because it has a quote on one side, something that Belle might have enjoyed, and then on the other side it has her interpretation of the quote. So she talks about how it goes along with her life philosophy, or how she learned something from that quote. So it's fun. It's just one of those things you can just pick up and just randomly like get a life quote or get some sort of advice from it. So that's kind of fun, and I just really like this book. It makes a great prop for taking pictures, and it's fun to sit out. And so this isn't exactly Disney related, but it kind of is. I feel like it fits in the Beauty and the Beast category really well, because every time I meet Belle, she mentions Shakespeare. Well, not every time, but almost every time I talk to Belle about books, she loves Romeo and Juliet. She always is talking about Shakespeare. This book is the complete works of Shakespeare. It's huge. it would definitely be in Belle's library, I'm sure. I'm sure she and B used to read it all the time. Yet another one of those little ribbon bookmarks. I got this book for Christmas when I was 12. I asked for it because I saw A Midsummer Night's Dream on a TV show that I was watching. Not actually the whole play of Midsummer Night's Dream, but the characters in the show were putting on a production of the play, and it had fairies and magic and cool stuff. So I wanted to read Shakespeare, and people thought I was crazy, but my parents, being awesome, got the book for me and decided that I definitely wasn't too young to start reading Shakespeare like other people tried to say that I was. I read A Midsummer Night's Dream and I fell in love with it, and I've been reading Shakespeare ever since. I still have not made it through every single play and sonnet in this book, like, by any means, but I'll pick it up every once in a while. So this is sort of a book that will last you for years. So it's a great gift for yourself or for somebody else. And there are lots of beautiful editions of it. I don't know if this one's available anymore, but I will link one down below. I hope that gave you lots of ideas for the bookish friends and loved ones in your life, or for yourself, because we all know sometimes you just gotta buy a book for yourself. If you're anything like me, I cannot go into a bookstore without walking out with like 3 or 4 books for myself. It's so bad. It's just such a disease. Even if I'm reading a book, I see one and it's so pretty and I have to have it. Maybe you're like that too. You have to let me know in the comments below if you have any Disney related books that you love or that you think are perfect gifts for people. And definitely let me know if you want to see more book related vlogs. Like I said, I love classics and I love YA. I like a lot of everything, but those are kind of my 2 favorite genres. So if you'd like to see anything like that, maybe we could do kind of like a Belle's Library section to my channel, and you know, every once in a while maybe I could do a book vlog when I'm reading something. But I definitely talk about books sometimes on Instagram, or at least just post pictures on my instant story of the books that I'm reading sometimes. So you can follow me there on Instagram, and until next time, I will see you real soon. Have a magical day. Bye.